Now we are going to the last conference of the day, the last conference of the seminar, the last conference of the universe, because the world is ending tonight. But we will be in a great last conference. We will be actually inviting to this same very stage a global ambassador for climate change. Not something bad. Let me tell you some names of global ambassadors in climate change. Michelle Obama, Leo DiCaprio, Greta Thunberg, Jesus Linares. We were actually had to say no to Obama, DiCaprio, and Thunberg, and we then eventually said yes to the best one of them. He's a PhD in quantum physics. He worked for the CSIC, one of the most important organisms in Spain on science, but he's also advisor for Greenpeace. He worked for the Max Planck Institute, and he owns a foundation called Sustenta. And I'm very proud to invite to the stage the only speaker, except at the roundtables, that will be hosting a conference and a surprise after it. Jesus Linares, welcome. Be welcome to our space.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's right. Okay. Well, this night is an incredible occasion to have a little fun with knowledge, and that's why you are here in ESCP, in order to learn about the planet, in order to learn about the future, in order to inspire yourself, just to try to dream or to try to foster your dreams and to learn how to do it. So this night, a lot of things is going to happen. I introduce you to Mr. John Smith, the captain of the Titanic. It's a name as usual as the attitude that took him to the bottom. Yeah, he wanted just to beat the speed record of the time and make it into headlines. Well, the latter, I think he did, actually. But well, it was very interesting how this incredible ship, the Titanic, it was the jewel of the British Empire, the largest ship in 1912 that was considered totally unsinkable, but really sank in the first inaugural trip. And well, we have here just the moment in which the boatswain came to the captain, to John Smith, and said, "Captain, I have two news, bad news, good news. Please tell me first the bad news. Bad news, I'm sorry, but we're going to sink. But then, what is the good news?" So the good news that they're going to give us 11 Oscars. So you see, you have to be optimistic always. But there's three analogies, which is really tied to what's going on with the planet Titanic. First is the arrogance of the captain of the Titanic. You know what I'm talking about. Second one is the paradigm of stationarity, if you want, of unsinkability. So as everybody knows, all the natural resources of the Earth, they're infinite and unlimited. That's very clear. And third point, the concept of the point of no return. And maybe we're closer than you think. Maybe we're coming out of the opportunity windows, so we can be able to solve the problem. And this is the fourth point. It seems to be like the orchestra of the Titanic. That's right. There's some guitar around. Maybe it's part of this orchestra. And when you say a picture is worth 1,000 words, that's in England. You see, the orchestra of the Titanic. Well, imagine we take the planet to the doctor. About the symptoms, you really know they're on TV every day. But what about the diagnosis? Well, to start with, I would say that we are the Homo greenhouse. You know, our economy has 1,000 ways to emit the greenhouse gases. We're pyromaniacs. And well, this is much more than we can afford. That's why we are the Homo meteoritus as well. We are causing the beginning of the sixth massive extinction since life is on the planet. That's a lot. So the rate of extinction is like 1,000 times bigger than the natural rate. That's right. So okay, there's a lot of species that only one, which is threatening all the rest. So the continuity of the life as we know it is totally threatened. I think you gotta do something about it. Well, we know that this is a species that grows and grows exponentially in a non-controlled manner and end up totally perishing because of its own toxics. I'm talking of a yeast? No. I'm talking of Homo yeast. I'm talking of man. So you see, here I was born, there was something like half of the population of the humanity. More you happen the same. But now, in more than 100 years, the population of the world has quadrupled. Maybe we talk later about this plateau at the very top. Maybe there is some hope there. But you see, if we just ask all these people right now, this is what we are doing. We're treating nature as a landfill. And now nature is paying us back. So this is what happens when you have a plastic bag that takes the average use is only 12 minutes, and then it takes 400 years in order to biodegrade. This is a symbol of the problem of our linear economy. And a lot of this plastic goes into the sea, and now you can find island of plastic in all the vortices of the great oceans. This one here is larger than Spain, France, and Germany all together. In 2050, there will be more tons of plastics than tons of fishes into the sea. So I think we're taking this too far because we are the Homo elephantis. Humankind has entered into the biological and to the climate system like an elephant in a Chinese shop. So this is my friend, this is the conclusion. This is the real situation of the planet. We should do something about it. So Jesus tell us what's the therapy. How do we fix this? That's why you are learning here in order to fix this big problem of the planet. Well, just to put it as Gro Harlem Brundtland told us more than 30 years ago that that sustainable development is the one that meets our needs without compromising the right of the future generation to do the same with them. So we should include into the equation not only our regular capital, but also social capital and environmental capital. We should play three of them to play in the same playground. This is one of the key points. Another key point, you know that the pandemic and the climate emergencies are both sides of the same coin, which is the degradation of the ecosystems, of the health of the planet. Moreover, you know about glacial viruses, that you know that there's viruses that were totally frozen more than 30,000 years ago, and now because of the ice melting of the global warming, they are being released into the nature. We have to do something about it. And one thing is extending this Brundtland triangle into a square, because we have to include what we call it the One Health concept, or what I like to call it the health of the planet. So which are the stakeholders which are invited to this game? Well, we have you, citizens, we have companies, we have governments, and we have to learn how these three stakeholders are intertwined. That's right. Let's see. Yes, we need science, we need technology, we need a plan, we need awareness, we need inspiration. Let me try to give you some. So I will learn how did I learn basic concepts in the hands of great leaders. Maybe it also can inspire you. This is I really admire Al Gore. Soon after I came back to Seville. He came with a Nobel Prize in the hand to Seville, just to run the first personal training here in the Hispanic world. And he was quite a leader. And he told me two things very important that will also be very important to you. First one, as Gandhi put it, be yourself, the change you want to see in the world. Second things, think globally, but act locally. Yes, Mr. Gore, I did it. I was to my hometown. It's called Chiclana in Cadiz, in the southern part of Spain. And I found it. This is a Sustenta NGO. She's one of my muses. It's my daughter, Imma. So we ran something like 25 social awareness projects that went, just hit something like 20,000 people directly. That because of this, I received recently the highest distinction of the Andalusia regional government. And this is another thing I learned from Al Gore. Can you tell me what do you see here? What is this? This is the border between Haiti and Dominican Republic. And you see, same soil, same climate. What's the difference? The difference is politics. Politics matters. Then I decided to become an international observer of the United Nations for all the climate summits in order to see what's going on with government. Couldn't they react? I couldn't understand it. And I attended many of them, but the hardest of all of them was Copenhagen. Or should I put it, Copenhagen? It was 2009. Maybe you are too young for that, but it was like a wave of change, a wave of enthusiasm. But this was a result. When I returned back home, this was Imma, my daughter, and she has written a letter to Santa and say, listen, dear Santa, I was a cute girl of this year, but I'm not going to ask any toy at all. You see, my father is in Copenhagen. He's fighting in order to convince the politician, and all that I want to ask is you help my father to fight for the planet. It's the only time I was totally dejected, because, but then I learned that all the activists, we were writing letters to Santa. I just thought that having the reason, having the science was enough, and it wasn't. We were just writing letters to Santa. So I learned that, you see, you cannot take for granted, you cannot take democracy for granted. You have to stand up. You have to realize that ecocide is possible. You know Rapa Nui, this island, they turn into ecocide, and they have governments, and they have scientists, so to call, and they went into ecocide by deforestation. So we cannot wait to repeat the same thing. We have to wake up the orchestra of the Titanic. I need your help to do it. I need your help to do it. So we have to convince the people to wake up and to speak up for the planet. How do we do that? Well, Emita showed us the ways. She say, okay, you give the word to science, the speech to awareness, but you have to put the microphone into the Aborigines, which are suffering from climate change. Okay, Little Lima, we went into the Sustenta Arctic expedition, 1,000 kilometers, crossing three countries, Finland, Sweden, Norway. We went through oceans of ice and northern lights there to follow the Sami people. You know about Sami people? Oh, yeah, you do. You've been there. Terrific. Oh, all right. Perfect. Perfect. So, you know what I'm talking about. They told us three very important things. That, first of one, that all is connected. The same centimeter of ice that is melting there appears as a sea level rise everywhere else. So climate change is connecting people. In ecology, everything depends on everything else. Second thing, they told us about Bewe. Bewe is a mythological, like an unicorn. It's a mythological goddess which is in charge to bring a spring time and also to recover sanity of the Sami reindeer shepherds who lose their minds because the long shadows of winter. They speak this way. And they say, okay, listen, Jesus, you should tell your people to wake up their inner Bewe. But not only because of the planet, because of themselves, in order to restore sanity, to recover the happiness of the people, that they can name themselves sons of Mother Nature. So wake up your inner Bewe. So find the feeling, the peace of the people which are in balance with nature. Just turn planet Titanic into planet Earth. I took this photo in Paris. It was Saturday. They didn't sign the agreement, Paris Agreement. 40,000 people on the street with the spirit of Bewe, people fighting for their convictions, with the same number of the lawyer, because we had the conviction that we were going to be arrested. But you know what happened? The Paris Agreement was signed the same afternoon. As Al Gore put it, the Paris Agreement is the death certificate of the fossil economy. The snowball was started rolling down the hill. But you see, this ball is very little, though. In order to achieve of the goals of the Paris Agreement, we should decarbonize all the economy by 2050. And for 2030, we should decarbonize 55%. And not all the laws are so ambitious. For instance, Spanish law goal is only 23%. I really need you to increase the speed of the snowball. Okay, let's have a look on those stakeholders, citizens, companies, governments. You see, this is where all the milestones is. Let's try to move that triangle. So, Jesus, do you have acceleration pills for the treatment? Well, have a look on that. We have to understand it. So let's start with companies. All right. So, well, these are large companies that are functioning that tractors, because, for instance, if you go to the finance, they have really clear that the global change is a main threat for a global prosperity. So I have no time. I could give you a lot of examples, but let me tell you something. BlackRock, the largest managed asset company in the world, is saying that they're going not to finance any irresponsible company, eco-irresponsible company. So this is something. No? There's a lot of company working also. I can assure you that you will end up working for one of these companies, working for one sustainable company. And you know why? Because all the companies which fails to prove their clients in and out that mere that the main reason of their existence is just taking care of the planet, they're going to be expelled out of the market. In other words, purpose is the new gold. Jesus, what about tech? What's the role of technology in all of this? Well, as you know, there is one place, the planet Earth, in which you can visit the future. This I'm talking of Singularity University, Silicon Valley, founded by NASA and Google, in order to familiarize society with exponential technologies. I was there to ask this question, how can exponential technology help me in order to speed up the snowball? So I was talking with Ray Kurzweil, Director of Engineering in Google, the founder of the SU. And he told me something very promising, which is yes, we're going to do it. One of the reasons why exponential technology is going to accelerate circular economy, for instance, is a 6D exponential framework. For instance, dematerialization is essential for a circular economy. As Paul Valéry put it, the future is no longer what it was. Yeah, you should read these two guys if you want to be in the global conversation. Harari and Ray Kurzweil. They are titans, intellectual titans. And what I learned from them is that it's not a wave, it's a tsunami coming. It's a big tsunami coming. And for Ray Kurzweil, it's a wealth tsunami. He told me that this tsunami is going to generate more wealth than that was generated in the whole past previous century, right? And you know what I say is that if you look behind, there's a second wave. This is the sustainability wave, and it's another tsunami. And you see, when you see a tsunami coming, you can do two things. You can just do nothing and wait for the tsunami to overtake you, but you can also make your surfboard. So the bigger the tsunami, the bigger the wave, the longer you go. Or to tell the truth, there will be winner and losers here in the both ways. So how can you see? I like to say no one left behind. So how can design economy, which is to be socially inclusive? That's a good point. So what I'm saying is that we should, in this design of the new economy, we should decouple human development from environmental impact. So we should, in time, these two curves should decouple like that. How can we do that, Jesus? How can we do that? Well, human development is linked to economy. Economy also is linked to environmental impact due to the technology. So the first hint you have to change technology in order to achieve this goal in time. No? Well, maybe you are familiarized with the concept of enabling zone. This is the green zone in our solar system. So too close is too hot. Farther away is too cold. So that's why we are talking. Life is sits on the earth because it's the right place to be. That's right. But we can say something similar for sustainability. This is a green zone. This is the sustainable zone where all the countries should live by 2050. And actually, currently, there are 0 countries sitting there. So we have some work to do. Huh? We have some work to do, people. But this is important. You see in the graphic, you have human development versus environmental impact. So what you see here, everybody, you have developing countries that want to come up there like we did, but with a regular economy, you cannot do that. It will be suicidal. Also, there's some people say, okay, let's rewind time backwards so we can be as our grandparents. We can be there. We cannot. That's not a solution because the biocapacity of this technology wouldn't suffice for the people we live in the planet. So we have to reinvent. We need more technology, not less technology. We need more technology, but a green technology. That's one of the key. So this is the big question. Jesus, how to go to the green zone? So I'm going to tell you about how to do it, which what I call the Klein economy. I presented in New York in 2018, and also with the presentation of my book, also in Manhattan in 2019. And one of the key factors is, okay, we have to include a social and natural capital. So for instance, I want to include into the equation, nature-based solution will be a key factor in order to put into value to this to the ecosystemical services that nature are given to us. People are talking about planting forests, etc., etc., etc. But we need to put it into the economy. You see, we need to fix prices to the carbon. We have to. Yeah, that's right. Let's talk. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But you see, we have now three collisions. We have sustainable revolution, this big tsunami. We have fourth industrial revolution, another tsunami coming, digital revolution. You know what I'm talking about, and they're colliding, and we have breaches. You want no one left behind. You need also to change the social. You have embedding in order to make it stable. In other words, you need a battle of Klein. Who knows what is a battle of Klein? It's a topological entity. You see, this is what I present as an icon for the new world economy. Because what we need, you see, a world with the borders do not divide but integrate. And this is what the topology of the Klein economy, the Klein border, makes. So we need also again to include social capital. That's key point. Nature capital. That's right. And how do we do it? Let's take a look on the citizen side. I had the honor to share stage with Obama in 2018 here in Madrid in the Circular Summit. Maybe you heard about it. It was me and 2,000 people, and here's Obama saying, "We are the solution we were seeking for." It's all about people. It's all about people. So I say, okay. So imagine that we reframe all this triangle. Imagine we empower citizens in his triple role as a consumer, as a voter, and as a role model for their neighborhood. And this is tricky because we're talking here, we're talking of non-linear physics. So each vertex of the triangle is totally strongly coupled to the other one. So we can make this happen. We can rotate all the system. I'm talking of a new model of a private-public partnership. I'm talking about speeding up the system. You know, the pandemic has shown us something very important. No countries can deal with the pandemic on his own. No country can deal with climate change on his own. We need to build a strong, really strong global institution in order to manage global problems. There is only one way to do it: the launching of a new international civic movement to put the planet in the center. So people can hear the planet, can talk the planet, and can see the real situation of the planet. So I launched it in order to fill the gap. I launched the Great Alliance for the Planet, the GAP. Every great movement has an associated utopia. Ours is a constitution of the United States of planet Earth, with the United Nations as a parliament of humankind. Sociologists tell us that you only need a 2.5% minority of activists if you want to change the world. We just need 200 million people in the whole planet, starting by you. Yes, by you and by you. Only big changes was something like that. It was a group of people, enthusiastic, passionate, inspired. And this is what I see here in your eyes. So I presented there in the New York Awards 2019, receiving the prize of the World Ambassador of Climate Change. And the question is, guess who's joined the gap. So far, many people, but in order to pick up a few, you have here Rigoberta Menchú, Nobel Prize. For instance, Kathleen Kennedy, she's the daughter of Bobby Kennedy, that's right. Well, Cosentino is one of the biggest Andalusian companies with more than 5,000 workers worldwide. We have also even football teams of first division in the Spanish league. We have federations of 700 towns here in Andalusia. More and more and more and more. So this is a wave, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking that we should fill the gap. We should just really stand up, speak up on behalf of the planet Earth. So let's connect the dots. You see that? May you live in interesting times. It is a Chinese curse. Actually, if you look at my book, it says 10 years to save the planet. So you can view it as a curse. But on the other side of the coin, it's an incredible challenge. The biggest problems of humanity are also the biggest opportunities. So that's right, may you live in interesting times. That's right. We have an incredible time, a time that we should collect together, join together, and try to restore sanity, try to wake up our baby inner goddess, which means that we feel connected with nature. All you have to do is just take a walk on the countryside and try to feel it home. That's what the psalmist Ryan Shepherds told us. It's just a question of feeling. Just feel Mother Earth here. Everything will come. And this is something to fill you with joy. You know? That's right. So you see, USA had a man of the moon moment, and for that, you have the inspiration of a great leader, Kennedy, and you have the collective work of a cohesive society that worked during a decade in order to manage, in order to send one of the countrymen to the moon, and they got it. So also now Europe has another man of the moon moment. I'm talking about the Green New Deal of Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European Commissions. And you see, once in Europe, we shed some light into the world. We enlightened all the world during the Renaissance. This guy is Gutenberg. Remember him? And with that, we Europeans, we did that just putting into the center to the man as a measure of everything. Now we have a second occasion, a second opportunity for a new renaissance of Europe. And what we have to do now is to put the planet in the center. Moreover, I can tell you that the future of Europe as a whole depends on the success of the Green New Deal. So it's a challenging but also very exciting project. And also, well, there's a lot of money coming here. You know, next generation. This is more than 7,000 million euros for Spain. 35 is just coming to sustainability. So it's incredible location. Yeah, and you see, well, this really brand news. Mr. Biden sets goal to cut US greenhouse gases emission in half. Also, Shannon is moving behind. And we'll see you in COP26 in Glasgow next November, which is really important because what's going on there is a regulation of the carbon market. And we need to unleash the incredible forces of the market to help us solve the problem. You know what is the most powerful force of the universe? I am a quantum physicist. I know what I'm talking about. The most powerful force is the creativity and imagination of you, the entrepreneur. We just need you. Welcome home. This is the place you have to be. All right, so this night, this evening, when you come back home, I want to tell your friends. You see, there was a very special talk today. There was a guy, a quantum physicist called Jesus, that told me, "You're very special, people. You're very important for the planet. You're just essential. The planet needs you." And yes, we can do it. We can set up a new economy, this Klein economy. This is worth a life. And now you're starting your career. It was such a good news, better than the captain of the Titanic news. This is our moment. This is your moment. We're going to do it because you know what Eleanor Roosevelt said. She said, "Future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of the dreams." Thank you for dreaming with me and with ESCP to really that really you can change the world. Thank you very much. And now the best way to set it is just to sing it. And I want you to sing with me. I learned some guitar music while I was watching the previous guy. That's right.
traigo una
Yes,
silla?
Michael.
Sí, te traigo una silla.
That's right. Thank you.
Bien.
I don't need it, but it's okay.
No.
It's good for the decoration.
Oh, standing up?
Yeah,
Standing
standing up.
It's not heavy. Don't worry.
Let's stand up to the planet. Okay, so sing with me for the planet. I want you to feel the joy of the Sami people here. This is the power that leads us. So let's go. Let's see those clapping hands. Put the planet in your hands. A6, just get up. It's over, no time to miss it. The Earth is your planet. She just need a little bit of breeze. There's no charming in global warming. I guess that I'm just planting a lonely tree into the city. Where is Mother Earth? It seems like a blind meeting. I guess that I just planted a lonely tree into the city. Yeah, yeah. Where is Mother Earth? It just seems like I'm blind meeting. It's time, just cheer up. Now it's time for change together. Don't be late. In Mother Nature, there is no waste. No, there's no charming in global warming. I guess that I just planting a lonely tree into the city. Where is Mother Earth? It just seems like I'm meeting. I guess that I'm planting a lonely tree into the city. Where is Mother Earth? It just seems like I'm meeting. Hey! Thanks.
Can you break the guitar? That would
Oh,
not
yeah,
be
yeah.
not very sustainable, right?
No. It's a circular economy. So
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
no. It's hers. It's her guitar.
Ah,
That's
it's your
right.
guitar. He's paying for it. I mean, it's for the show. Okay. Anyway, it's been really well. I mean, let me ask. Did you like it? Yeah. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Can you? Okay. Yeah. They enjoyed
Look
it.
at that.
Now,
Yeah.
can you turn around?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. They still liked it. Okay.
It's,
So
I was watching.
it's been really nice to have you here closing this event. Jesus, also thank you for waiting for the others to finish because we're in a little delay, but it's been really great. And yeah.
I have a last surprise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now it's my
Okay.
turn to.
I was saying bye bye, but I'm no longer saying bye bye.
The best way to say goodbye is just putting the world into our hands. So let's do it. Let's put the world into our hands, Pau. Yes. Put the
Okay.
world into your hands.
Okay. Can I throw it to the students?
Yes, please do it.
Yeah. Can you? ¿Puedo
We
tirarlo? Sí, ¿no?
1, 2, 3. Let's go. Put the world into your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! Yeah!
Okay. I have an idea. Okay. Okay. I have an idea. What if I boom directly to the technicians?
Well, we can try it. That's it.
Yeah. Sería la forma bonita de acabar, ¿no? Do you think this is an okay or?
Okay, I'm a scientist, so we have to experiment.
Okay. Anyway, it's actually great, and I'm gonna keep this here. Okay. At least for the next 5 minutes. Jesus Linares, it's been really great to have you with us today. So thank you very much.
Totally. I lend you because I know it's a symbol of the compromise of the
Yeah.
ESCP
Sure.
with the plan. Don't do that.
Why not? I was sitting on the
Well,
planet,
you're
not
going to
pooping on the planet.
unleash the power of the planet, but
Okay.
not because it can open.
Okay,
Here,
so I cannot sit on Friends, but I'm gonna use Friends as a standing point. So that's great. So and now we'll be doing a photo finish. Nobody take the mask out, of course, please. And could someone take the photo for us, please? What's this sound? Okay, say cheese when I say 3, okay? Okay. Okay, pero ahora no saldrá. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cheese. What? You're not saying cheese, guys.
Cheese.
Okay. And now, everyone at home, you need to open your mouth. Only the ones at your home, okay?
The mics.
Open your mouth like super big. Okay? Okay, when I say 3, you open your mouth. 1, 2, 3. That's a photo where they look dumb and we not because we have a mask. That's been great, guys. Thank you. Thank you. And don't leave. That's a thank you, and we'll leave in a minute. Guys,
Yeah.
It's been great. Thank you for the photo. You can